Hey guys, coming in today with another voiceover video. Gonna try going over this with in a different way than I usually do, instead of having just a black background, because I don't think that gains a lot of traction, right? A lot of interest or whatever. But there's a topic I need to talk about, and I keep seeing this like all over Pinterest and like Twitter and stuff. Is like the very much popular artist Catya, otherwise known as Catya, on IbisPaint, right? They have been gaining a lot of hatred and just negative attention because they end up on leaderboards so much. And I just need to talk about this. I need to say this as someone who used to be on leaderboard all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, but I used to be on leaderboard. I know what it feels like. And let me say this right now. Leaderboard is not everything. It is just a placement on a screen. Sure, the likes might feel nice, the comments, the big number of comments might be good, but it's not worth it at the end of the day. And it's not that deep. It's just a digital placement on a digital app where you showcase your art. Now, I know it is annoying to find, her art all the time on leaderboard. I'll admit myself that, yeah, I do kind of get a little annoyed when I check leaderboard and I see like 4 or 5 of Catya's artworks on there. But it's not a big deal. Because leaderboard, it means nothing. Again, coming from the perspective of someone who used to be on leaderboard all the time, leaderboard really means absolutely nothing. Your audience will come to you naturally. And that audience that comes to you and sticks around will feel better than any thousands of likes you'll get on leaderboard. I have a very few amount of friends on IbisPaint who are, pretty loyal supporters of my art, and I could not ask for anything more. No amount of likes or comments will size up to the genuine happiness and contentment I feel with the people who I know actually like my art. Okay? And leaderboard, again, it's just a placement on an app. It truly means nothing when you really think about it. In fact, most fame means nothing. And I know, you might want to strive to be famous, but there's a lot more bad things that come with being famous and being on leaderboard all the time than good. I can't imagine the sort of stress that Catya goes through with the amount of death threats and harassment that she gets every single day. For being on something that is automated. For being on a system that is just isn't controlled by her. Hell, it's not even controlled by the IbisPaint devs. The leaderboard system is, from what I've seen, based off of your likes, your comments, and your views. It is mainly based off of that. Though specifically speaking, I think it's based off of likes. Catya has a massive fan base. And that's something that needs to be understood. Catya has a massive fan base, and they get a lot of likes and traction from people who are their loyal fans. When I used to be on leaderboard, had a big fan base too. I'd upload and I'd get, pretty big amounts of likes pretty quickly. But it's just, leaderboard really means nothing, okay? And I'm so sick and, it kind of just rubs me in the wrong direction personally, as someone who was once on leaderboard, to see people harass someone else for something they can't control, and for the jealousy that everyone else is just fuming with. It's bullshit. It's not fair either. Put yourself in Catya's shoes for a moment. I don't mean for this video to be, passive-aggressive or whatever, but it just irks me as an artist and as someone who used to be on Leaderboard to see someone get treated like this. I thought the art community was supposed to be supportive. Now I know it's grown toxic over the years. Comparing IbisPaint from like 2021, 2022 to now, there's some major differences. I would know. I've been using the app for God knows how long. Since I started doing digital art roughly 5 or 6 years ago. If not longer. But it is no reason to harass someone because of a little placement, a little digital placement on an app. Now, I personally have stopped checking Leaderboard, right? I kind of gotten sick of it. Especially as someone who was once on there, it means nothing to me, right? The fame, the likes, all that shit means absolutely nothing to me. But again, it is no reason to harass someone else because they have a lot of artworks on there and the fan base that they have is absolutely huge. I have seen some of the comments that Catya has gotten and it appalls me. And I have no doubt it appalls Catya themselves as well. Some of you seriously need to grow up. I'm not going to mention anything about the self-promoting on Catya's page. I mean, me personally, I would delete every single comment of self-promotion. But just Leaderboard means nothing. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And the harassment is not okay. Harassing other artists such as PASSIVE-AGRESSIVE is also not okay. Because I have seen some harassment on their page as well. And I've seen it on other artists' pages too. I think I've even seen some harassment on Weapon's page. All 3 of those artists, the top 3 ranking artists on IbisPaint, always on Leaderboard and are gaining massive amounts of negativity at, well, specifically talking Catya, but just in general, gaining they're just like a magnet for the harassment that you idiots just put onto them. And it's not okay. Stop harassing artists who are on Leaderboard, who have earned the spot over years of being there and have developed skills and stuff. Okay? And I will say it again. Leaderboard means nothing. It is just a digital placement on a digital app. Coming from the perspective, again, of someone who was on Leaderboard before and has been on there many times. Seriously. I know your frustration, okay? But you need to stop. All of you need to stop. Because you sound like immature children who are jealous that they didn't get the toy they want on their birthday, who are salty because of it. Grow up. Stop harassing artists because, oh, they're too famous. And stop treating Leaderboard as if it's a goddamn tiara made out of straight diamond that has been granted to you by goddamn God. Grow up. Honestly. You all sicken me. And, no doubt, sicken many other people as well.